My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is August 31st, 2023. It is 3:03 a.m. I was not gonna record anything today, but I went on while I'm editing. I went on Twitter to look for something regarding Prince Andrew and things like that, and then I saw a lot of conversation going on. I have enough videos for like couple days, and I don't know when I'm gonna be able to record them and edit them because there's a lot of information, a lot of discussion that's going on social media, on Twitter, and right now the thing that they're discussing right now, and I think I know exactly why, to overshadow Harry's and Victor's thing. This is why I feel like in one of my videos I was like, something is brewing, something is gonna come out. So the thing is, Andrew, right now they're using Andrew, you know, now Andrew become what Harry and Meghan were when they were living in the UK, to black out all the noise. So right now they're using Andrew to black out Invictus. But the squad are still putting those stuff out. But it's worth sharing anyway, the nonsense that they're putting, the excuses that they're putting. And also, what come to mind, it's the was it the Martin Branding thing? Remember how Byline put the information out regarding Martin Brand? You didn't hear a damn thing about it. Nobody in the UK was talking about it except for Byline. So they must have had something on those people, and now they're telling them, you better shut your mouth about him and then talk about this one right now. I'm telling you, it's a mess over there. This is not healthy. The only person who's making sense over there is James O'Brien, which I did a quick some short video with one of his podcasts that he did. But I have a lot, about 14 tweets that spanned between 2 days because I avoid discussing or making the video about Andrew. So I'm gonna try to see if I could squeeze all of them in this one, which I doubt it because there are a lot of video clips that I need to share. Alright, so as usual, feel free to skip this part. This is my back end. Okay, I'm still stuck at $253.24. When I say I'm still stuck, it's the 200 part. Okay, I don't know what's the other digits in the back. The 200 is the one that I meant to say. All right, so there's this. Look at this, 4,018 views in the last 48 hours. But yet I'm still stuck in the 200. Okay, and my subscription is going up. And one thing that I saw earlier in the day, yesterday, is that there's a squaddy whose channels have been demonetized again. I forgot the name of the channel. So anybody who's talking sense, they, hey, the squaddies channels are like a target for YouTube to demonetize. Pretty much when, yes, we all need money. We all need money. Tell me someone who doesn't need money. We all need money. But the fact that the nonsense that is spewing, it's so vile and unfair. YouTube could do whatever. Eventually, I think there's something that's gonna pop up that will determine why YouTube is doing that. Okay, either they keep on adjusting their agreement. Okay, because there are things that I see. I don't sit down and read every single day their agreement. I don't have time for all of this, but I realize certain things that I do in my channel later on, and I see something, or they readjust their agreement. Okay, so they watch what we do, and then they adjust their agreement I'm telling you, this is a mess. This is a mess. Eventually, somebody will uncover it. Someone with more knowledge who could back their words up will get to YouTube kind of tactic. Alright, so with that being said, let's go on Twitter. This is my first tweet, and this one, okay, was on the 29th. Today is the 31st. Okay, and Widdecombe making excuses for Prince Andrew. It's, oh my God, it's that long.
Andrew has denied, apparently.
4 minutes and 20 seconds. And like I said, there will be screenshot in between. So let's listen.
Andrew has apparently denied any wrongdoing, but he hasn't denied. If he's denied going to see Jeffrey Epstein after Jeffrey Epstein was convicted of paedophile-related offences, I'd be surprised, because we've got photos of that.
Right, could you calm down, please?
I am calm.
First of all, I think it is cruel to say that every time he acts simply as a member of a family, and going to church with other family members in a car, quite honestly, is something which a lot of people are doing every Sunday. If you say he cannot be treated as an ordinary member of a family, I think that is cruel and wrong. Okay. And if every time he is treated as an ordinary member of the family, the press are there to say this has a constitutional implication, I think that is unfair. No, can I
get to the end of her paragraph?
Yeah, the end of my paragraph, yeah, 2 more sentences. He's never been convicted.
Okay, I have a feeling that I did this already, but since I'm already in the middle of it, let's continue. Maybe I listened to it, that's why. But the nonsense that they're spewing, the excuse that they're making for him, even though he was not convicted, he know what he did. There's one video that I have here regarding O'Brien. I commented on it. He knew what he did. Okay, one of the things that he did is that he tried to use the Epstein and Virginia Giuffre's sealed document, okay, sealed document as an excuse for his case. Okay, why would a third party, him, Andrew, has anything to do with a sealed document between 2 other parties? So he knew what he did. All right, in the document, what was in it was the word royal. With the word royal, he tried to use that as an excuse. Virginia Giuffre cannot sue him. But when everything's said and done, what the judge said, okay, first of all, his name, Prince Andrew, was not in the document. Royal does not excuse him for not being sued. And second of all, I'm just paraphrasing. And all of this information, there's a video that I have where I read every single thing with my freaking accent. You could read along with me. Because I did the video and I review it. And the second of all, the fact that Virginia Giuffre said no to Andrew. The word no. She didn't want to have sex with him. Okay? No was good enough for the judge. Okay? Andrew used every tactic. He exhausted everything in his power for Virginia not to sue him and for the thing not to move forward. For the case not to move forward. But at the end of the day, the judge said it will move forward because Virginia said no. And this is when he had to settle. Okay? So they could use all excuses for Andrew. Everything. Oh, he wasn't convicted and this and that. If he knew he didn't do anything wrong, why didn't he go in court and defend himself? He tried, but none of the thing had anything to do with him. Okay? These are the people making the UK look bad. But let's finish listening to her BS.
Of anything.
No.
He was in. No, he hasn't.
Objection.
No,
that is not the measure.
He has never been convicted of anything.
Nor was Fred West.
He was put in a no-win situation. If he had gone to court to defend himself, which he wanted to do, he would have upset the Queen's Jubilee. When he doesn't, everybody says, so he must be guilty.
The small matter of a £7 million settlement.
Hang on.
He's not my favourite member of the royal family and never has been. But you don't give justice only to...
But you don't give excuses for someone who used how much million did he use to settle the case? And then these are monies from the people who can even heat their home, put food on the table, school lunches for kids. Okay, so don't make that huge excuse for someone who abused another human being. That's a shame of you, lady.
To people you like. You give it to
I
people
hear
you
you,
don't
but
like as
just on the facts, because that we, you know, he has, as Andy says, has paid between 7 and 12 million pounds to a woman for doing something to her, and I don't know.
For a woman who also accused others and then later withdrew it because they turned round and fought.
But wasn't that payment an admission?
No, that is the whole point, and that's what everybody is saying. Oh, well, he wouldn't have paid if he hadn't been guilty.
He wouldn't.
Well, then he would have done. Well, then he would have done what everybody was crying out against him not to do.
All right,
then he would have gone to court, and he would have brought the royal family into.
Okay, so why didn't he go talk to the FBI if he knew he didn't do anything wrong? Okay, so there is a ring. Okay, in every single country, a ring. Okay, they all are on the same page. In the US, we know already who's trying to dismantle, like the FBI and all of the buffer system that the US has to bring people to justice. But they want to roam around the world and do as they please, abuse anybody, and then to not be accountable for it. And to have this woman to make excuse for someone who have abused another human being, it's a shame of you. Shame of you.
A huge trouble.
It stretches
right on the
credulity
Jubilee.
to an extraordinary
all right.
To think that with you know, when you paid a £7 million settlement, that was based on absolutely nothing that could possibly bring the royal family into disrepute.
Well, hang on, Andy. Let's park that, because Anne has made the interesting argument that she might have made false accusations. He panicked, paid the money to stop her making them. So you may find that fantastical, but we've got a score draw.
Happened with others.
Okay, while I'm thinking of this here, this might be off a little bit. That other guy, is it the one that's called Jeremy Vine? Was it one of those mountain burning kind of thing, or one of the byline kind of debacle? So now the tabloid must have given him the A-OK, the green light. Go ahead and talk. Go back on people's face, on the media, to talk, to dispute whatever it is that he's talking right now. So they give him a green light. He's clear. They're not going to do anything to him. Oh my God, UK. The same way I keep on praying for the US, because we do not want to get in your status right now. We're trying very hard not to be in the same boat that you are in. But I'm sending my prayers to you guys, because this is a mess.
Is it enough to say that he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, knowing Epstein was an abuser of young people, and for that reason, even though that was 15, 20 years ago, he must not be in public life?
Yes, of course. You know, the reason you have this extraordinarily privileged life as a member of the royal family is because you're supposed to be some sort of talismanic figure as to, you know, this is how you should live. We are setting an example. He has brought the firm and our country into disrepute. And actually, in any other job or any other role, if you were to do so and then do an interview where you're talking about, oh, I can't sweat because of my genetics, which is also a complete nonsense. I mean, let's not forget the entire nonsense of the whole situation. It is extremely offensive, not just to those victims of Jeffrey Epstein, but other victims as well of sexual abuse.
This guy is speaking, is making sense, okay? The fact that he is part of the royal family, because from my understanding, the nonsense that they're spread out is the fact that they're getting all those millions to allow tourism to come in the UK, right? But if this is the type of kind of representation you're telling the world, you want to abuse people, even if the person said no, they don't want to sleep with you, you take them against their own will. Who wants to come in that country to visit? We don't want to be. What if we get caught in the middle? Okay, any parents who's working with their young girls, okay, what if that happened to them over there? Is this what you want to tell tourists to come and visit them so they could use your kid and then for this guy to get away with it? Nobody's telling the royal family not to speak to Andrew. They could do that, but in public, get him out of there.
This is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
They have so many estates he could live in. So go live in one of those. It's not like, yeah, I think I talked about this already because I'm having the same thought process. Okay, it's not like he lives in an apartment, 3 bedroom or 1 bath or 2 bath or whatever. It's a huge estate, several acres, different part of the country. He could go and do all of this. But together, when the royal family is doing a public engagement or being seen with, he should not. No, and he's lucky he's not even in jail, where he would be in a cell. But he has all these places to go to. Why does he wants to be in people's face? That's the thing I want to know. He's doing those unethical things and he wants to be applauded for it. As an outsider, this is the way that I see it.
That he should still be in his position, and sitting in a car with the future King of England is a royal duty, actually, and I think it's highly inappropriate.
I will add one point on Anne's side, which you interestingly didn't mention, which is that whenever we hear about abusers, it always starts with one victim, but it never ends with one. And one thing I can't work out is why we've still, after all this time, only got one alleged victim of Andrew. Because the guy has no reputation now. Anyone can come forward and say anything, but nobody has. And I'm just puzzled by that.
But that's the story of all cases of alleged sexual assault and rape, is that people are afraid to come forward because of the public attention they'll get, and the fact that actually a lot of people won't believe them.
Well, Savile has...
And then if you look at what Virginia Giuffre have gone through, okay, the royal family have people all around the world to do this kind of damages on the public and the media for them. Okay, this is why many of them are afraid to come forward, because of that. But that doesn't mean he didn't do some of the things that he did. Okay, we're just gonna have to say God, because God saw everything. This is a baggage for God. He'll deal or she'll deal with it the best way that he knows how. Each one of these people could deal with the baggage. Alright, so
had more than 100 accusers by the end, even though he was dead.
And then let's not forget, let me give it a shout out to the Invictus game. Harry, I know they're trying to draw down your work. Okay, they're doing all of this nonsense talk because of Invictus. Okay, shout out to Invictus. Prince Harry, you did a great job. I want to make sure. Okay, let me read a few sentences because there's a few tweets, because there's a lot of other tweets to share with you. Jeremy with the mic drop with neither has Fred West. Okay, white people will always make excuses for the action of other white people. Sex trafficking is illegal, simple. That's it. Okay, she's disgusting, defending a sexual abuser. He said he would assist the FBI, but never did. There's another thing. Why don't Andrew go and talk to the FBI to clear his name? He never wanted to go to court, and the royal family helped him to stay out of jail. All political. Okay, Andrew paid £12 million bribe money for nothing to a girl he doesn't know, never seen, never exists, guilty as hell. There's a possibility you might see this video in another channel. You might see this clip in another video, because now I'm starting to feel like I recorded it already. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. There's another one here. Anne Widdecombe making excuses for Prince Andrew. Is that the same one again? Did I bookmark it twice? Let's see.
Apparently denied any wrongdoing, but he hasn't denied... If he's denied going to see Jeffrey Epstein after Jeffrey Epstein was...
I think I put the same thing. Let's see. Copy. Okay, so that's the one. Sorry. Okay, this is the thing here that they're making the discussion with. Prince William didn't have time to attend the Women's World Cup final despite being Football Association president. Then he failed to speak up when a woman was sexually assaulted by the Spanish Football Association president. But he had time to go to church with his uncle who was accused of sex abuse. Priorities. That's a very good point. Okay, that one I try not to bring and discuss, because if I need to say certain things, most of the things that I will be sharing are in Spanish, and I don't understand Spanish. Okay, so with the Football Association and the guy, you know, I sort of gave. Now let's switch a little bit with the Spanish Football Association. There was a tweet that came out that his mother is in hunger strike because I think they fired the president of the Football Association, the Spanish one. And one of the things that I raised, I did see the video of him hugging each of the players. Okay, it's really quick or whatever, but this particular player that he kissed, it was a very quick one. I don't know. It's inappropriate, but I'll give him a pass on that. Okay, it was a quick one, and then the woman didn't have time. Woman player that he kissed, you know, it was quick, but she did not have time to maneuver. It's quick and then move on. Okay, so I'll give it a pass on that. However, there were other instances that sort of add up. You have him touching his groin, okay, out of excitement while he is next to the king's wife and the king's daughter, teenage daughter, underage daughter, and so many other little clips that I saw. So when you put everything together, I'm not just talking about the kiss, I'm putting everything together, then I will say this person does not belong in his position. He needs to control his emotion. I could understand when your team is winning, but control it in a respectable manner, especially in your position. You standing and sitting next to the king's wife and daughter, and you behaving like this. So please, okay, this is the way that I put his situation. Now, come to this. There's William. With what I just said regarding the Spanish president of the Football Association, which is the same position William has for the British version of it. Now, all this is happening in the media. You don't come and say a damn thing, but yet, yeah, definitely the media is controlling him. Now this is the time you feel like to bring your uncle who was, okay, let's put it, he was not convicted, but he was accused of sexually abuse a woman, which he paid for to settle the case. Why would you do that? This is someone with no brain. If the media is controlling you, there's a word no, the same way Virginia Giuffre had said no to Prince Andrew, which the judge had accepted to move her case forward. Why can't you say no as well? You're not gonna do that to keep the respect of the UK, because you are representing the British society. This is the thing here. Okay, so this is why Harry is going to some of the things that he's doing, because the media is making a mockery out of the institution. So I'm pretty sure, because the media, they all connected. How many places is the murder companies all over the world? Okay, they picked that one instance. This is why I say I'm not gonna blame the guy, the Spanish football president, for that quick one kiss, because I saw the video. I'm not saying it's right, okay? There's the separation here. I'm not saying it's right, but the picture quickly captured the moment where he kissed the woman. And then they make a big deal out of it. Okay, and now when the media around the globe, which pretty much are all connected, making noise out of that, okay, and then you decided to bring Prince Andrew out while this is happening to help block. This is the tactic here, to help block Harry's work, which is the Invictus. So I understand the system, that the tactic that these people are playing very well. But this is the reason why Harry does not want to play with the media, because they're making you do foolish stuff, inappropriate stuff. Because you have no brain, they cater to you, they make you feel happy and all of this, but they're making a mockery out of you to see this is the right way to go. And you have no mind to say, no, I'm not gonna be looking in public with my uncle. I understand this is your uncle. This is what Harry was saying, okay? None of you listen to him. There is a public and there is a private.
This is, you know, this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
Okay, right now, your uncle, Prince Andrew, should be the private part for you, not the public part. Separate that. And private, he is your uncle. You do whatever you want to do with him. Whatever. Okay, forgive him for whatever he did. You mock, you drink, you hang out, you dance, you do all of this privately. But in public, keep him away from you because you are representing the entire country. Okay, now because you getting the money, that this is what you guys told us. You getting the taxpayers' money because you want to invite. You may not want me to come in your country because of your racism and whatever it is, but other people. Okay, you want to invite people around the world to come and visit your country. You want to create a perfect model of a good citizen, but that's not what you're representing right now, because your uncle have gone outside of the UK to do damages to other people's citizens, like Virginia Goffrey, abuse them and all of that. Why will any well-minded people, okay, want to visit your country, and when you're giving passes to pedophile, they're not being reprimanded, being punished for their wrongdoing? You're giving them a pass. Now, if someone from another country come to visit you, and then this is what your uncle did to any of them, and then you're not gonna be punished, why will anybody wants to visit you, your country? So this is the thing that you are portraying as a future king of your country. Okay, just in case you didn't understand that. Because it seems like you're a freaking scarecrow. You have no brain. Okay? Harry has a brain. He's thinking for himself. The media doesn't like it. They want to control him. And Harry's saying, no, I could control myself. Okay? So you try bringing all these out like that is to drown out the Invictus, the well-minded individual he's trying to protect. Okay? To make them be part of society again after your country have abused them. Send them to war to do your stupid things. Okay, go around the world to do unethical things. Destroy families, destroy cultures, destroy all sort of things. You abuse them, give them false information to go and do this kind of thing. You prop them up with angry information to go to other people's countries to destroy them. There's Harry, who's been over there. Okay, you guys lied to them to go to other countries to do different things. He saw the cost of war. And then when these people come back, they are broken. They see the devastation. They see the things that no human beings to be seen. Dismemberment of bodies and all of that. That take a toll in the people's mind. So when they come back, they're not the same anymore. So Harry saw that, and he wants them to feel a whole again with the new body that they now have. But you guys are drowning out that noise. So since you guys want to drown out that noise, I want to bring it and let you guys know what you guys are doing to the people of your country. Because those who's listening to your nonsense, if they are able bodies, these are the bodies you want to use again to send to war to do your dirty games. And then they're going to come back to your country broken. And then there's Harry's going to come and pick them up again. Jesus Christ. If we could avoid sending anybody into war, that would be perfect. Then we will not need Harry. This is the way you could drown out Harry. Don't send people to war. So those people don't come back broken. So Harry doesn't have to come back and pick them up. This is the way you could counteract Harry. If you don't know that. Don't send people to war. So those people don't come back broken and missing limbs, missing, whatever it is that they're missing, and they feel down and feel not whole anymore. Okay? This is the way you could counteract Harry. This is the way you could counteract Harry. Don't send people to war. So Harry doesn't have to come back and pick those people up. Don't abuse people. That's how you should be doing it. Okay? I'm giving you the clue. This is the way you should counteract Harry. Don't send people to war. When you see your country is talking about sending people to war, now you could come out and say no. Dispute that. So those young men and women don't have to go do the dirty works of politicians because they're all about money. When they go to other people's countries, okay, they want to use the resources, take it by force, using those men and women and lie to them for some crazy, stupid things. Then you could come out and talk and say, no, you're not sending those people to war. Bring your voice into the conversation because you have a position to help. That's how you will counteract Harry. So those men don't be abused and broken when they come back. And then Harry have to come and pick them up. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's get to this. Whew, I went on. Prince Andrew attend Balmoral church service and show of family unity. Okay, this is garbage. Okay, the Duke of York was spotted arriving at the church alongside the Prince and Princess of Wales during their summer holiday on the estate. Alright, so there's that. I'll read some few. I spent too much time on that. With my humble opinion, I'm already 30 minutes. Okay, not forgetting that his darling stepmother is domestic violence expert and patron. LOL. Don't forget his wife, who call herself an early years expert. Oh my God. Workshire really continued to expose himself as a misogynistic boy. Imagine having his wife sitting at the back while parading his alleged pedo uncle at the front. I'm telling you. And I think I did this video already, this tweet, and I said the wife should have been in front, the uncle in the back. I don't care if it's the uncle. Well, this is how, I don't know. He's just showing himself. Okay. I remember, what was that? We went somewhere. We went to pick up, the day that I did the recording regarding the FDR drive. Okay, that's that same day. We went to pick up my mother-in-law, and that's how I was able to do that recording for you, the FDR drive. Okay, we went to pick up my mother-in-law, and I told my husband, I don't mind sitting in the back. Let your mom sit in the front so she could spread her leg and relax and all of that, because it was a long drive. Okay, about an hour 45, could be 2 hours, right? And he said no, he wants me to sit in front. And then, even though he said no, when his mom came, and I told his mom, so feel free to, I ignore my husband. I said, sit in the front so you could relax. She said no as well. Okay, this is the thing here. Okay, and two separate occasions. They were not in the same space when I first talked to my husband about that. We were driving, going to pick up my mother-in-law, and I told my husband, your mom could sit in the front, and I'll just sit in the back with the kids. He said, no, I will sit in the front. And then his mom came. When I said that to my husband, she wasn't there, and she said no. Okay, so you could see William doesn't have any respect for his wife. Okay, and then don't have any sort of common sense to say people gonna see me out there with my uncle. I have a image to uphold, but no, in the front. So all right, William is not making the right decision. He needs to be mindful of his action. That's it. Okay, when someone wants to say attending a Women's World Cup on the other side of the planet is more important than spending time with your family and children before school start, you know things have gone crazy, or they have their own agenda they're trying to imply. Whereas him attending church where he's holidaying is a bit different than flying to Australia. Do you keep things to complain about, notebooks next to you? Or are you naturally this anti-man, white person, boy family, whatever? Okay, it was for whatever one day. He uses helicopter every day to fly back and forth for one day. This is the position that he is in. This is what's set for him. Okay, he wants to be patron of things, all sort of patron, but this is the little raindrop of things that he's supposed to do to upkeep his position. Okay, so one day, okay, it's not gonna take away for everything. One day, that's all he had to do, and fly right back. All right, next tweet. Yeah, I did this already. I thought I didn't. But anyway, does William see Andrew as an ally against his father? Is this just a petulant FU to the public? I'm just really confused what the upside is. I don't know. They're making him do. All right, either this, okay, where they're gonna collide, something is gonna collide, or is about to happen, or there's another one, or this is about to happen. What I'm saying is that something is up. And the something is, remember when I did this, what date was this? Okay, the 29th. Today is the 31st. All right, the Invictus came, the Netflix Invictus came on the 30th. So they were boiling this to come out. okay, to drown the noise of Invictus. That's all it was. Okay, so there it is here. Let me read this and move on to the next one. As I said, William thinks he's untouchable. I also believe Charles and Camilla hold him with all the shit he has done, all the shit he has done all these years, and of course, guess cheating so he can deny anything, in my opinion. Okay, it was just a family going to church. Charles invited all his family, as did the late queen, to attend sometime about more, even in the summer. Okay, the optic of thing. You are representing thing. You taking taxpayers' money to let people know, come and see my country, to represent family values. This is not family values. Okay, he could sit in the back or have someone less status, or maybe Anne or whoever who's driving Anne to the church, okay, to be with him, or Edward or something like that. Okay, but not William. Okay, or forget Charles. He has that woman as a wife, so who cares? Okay, it was just okay. That was that. I think it's a trade. What Charles will get in exchange remains to be seen, because at the moment Andrew stand whoever he is next to. Yep, that's it. Okay, who was that pedo's BAF? Jeffrey Epstein. How did Epstein amass unlimited wealth and power, blackmail? The same thing as Martin Brenning, okay? It's the same tactic that's going around. So there's a word of advice for anyone who's an public figure. Just be careful who you hang out with. I can understand people want to take picture with you and all of that. So the parties, all of this, be careful. And then not everything you could say to people. You see, there's Meghan here. From what I've heard, she didn't go to much of those social parties in Hollywood. Okay, she will do the presentation, the PR thing, and then she bounce. Okay, because these people are there to blackmail. All right, let me read this and that's it. Okay, how did Epstein amass unlimited wealth and power? Blackmail. Gather massive dirt on the most powerful people on the planet and blackmail them. He certainly taught that to Pedro and Trump. Yeah. All right, so that's that. There's someone behind it, okay? Someone bigger. There's someone bigger who's a mastermind of it, disperses people around the globe, and then be able to get away with it. Right now, this person, he has nothing to lose, and he's doing as much damage as he can. Next week, expert, Prince Harry's estrangement from the Windsors goes against nature. There's them during the Queen's funeral. I think Harry was the only one there and Meghan, who took the Queen's death for what it is. Whatever's on the screen, that's it. Okay, and nature, those who reach the age of maturity usually leave their family to form their own family. Yeah, I don't know why these people are crying foul that Harry decided to move on. Okay, it appears to me from recent article, the voter propaganda, there's the thinking face, that the royal family is desperately trying to save themselves. Predictably, they are trying to scapegoat Harry by gaslighting their subject. They know exactly what they're doing. Okay? That Andrew thing that all of a sudden popped out is to drown out the Invictus. Okay? What nature? That whole family and their monarchy goes against nature. That is true. That is true. 100% true. It's unnatural to collect taxpayers' money and give it all to one family so they can live in luxury, while those same taxpayers are going without food, clean water, and heat. Bingo in one sentence. Alright, so this was one set of tweets that I have, which took 30 minutes. Now I'm going the following days, some tweets that I had that I think I didn't record yet. Those tweets that I just shared with you prior, I think I record them somewhere. I don't know. But this is new one, the following day. Oh, well, that's when I came across this. That was the 29 as well. Okay, the Windsors are all about forgiving and forgetting when it comes to Prince Andrew, Marina Hyde. Okay, that's from The Guardian. I'm not going to read it. All right, like for instance, his children. It's fine for his children to drive with him. Whoever's going to drive his children, it's fine. Because that's his children. You can't get away with it. And then I want to make this clear as well. Okay, even though I'm bashing the royal family, with their nonsense that they be spewing out, we need to separate the kids from that. Okay, both of Prince Andrew's children should not be considered as what the father did. Okay, so in my humble opinion, I'm not blaming the kids, whatever shape or form that their father have done. However, if they are helping his father to get young women, okay, I'm just putting that out as an example. I'm not saying they are doing it. Okay, if for instance they are helping fuel their fathers with his urges and whatever by bringing, you know, other people's children to him, then that would be a problem. Okay, for me, then that would be a problem. If they're helping him to abuse other people, that would be a problem. However, okay, they're not doing that, at least I'm not aware of. So I'm not gonna put his kids in the same boat as Andrew himself. Okay, so we need to differentiate that. We can't blame the children for their parents' action. That's pretty much it. Whatever William is doing, I cannot blame his children for it. Whatever, I don't know. I can't use any other examples because they all screwed up. All right, let's move on. There's the comments here. I'll read whatever is there. Okay, yeah, so they can get Uncle Sicko back on the taxpayers' payroll. That's another thing they're trying to do. And I'm also glad that the people are disputing that, because I think they were trying to ease him into the public sphere again. But the people are screaming, no, no, no. All right, the royal family are scum. Okay, okay, so there's my comment here 23 hours ago. All right, family values. They want the world to appreciate. Let's see how the international community embrace those bunch. UK seems to be okay with it. That was before I saw O'Brien's video, which I already put out. Okay, that was way before I saw O'Brien's video. All right, so I have to give prop where prop is due. O'Brien hit the nails on the head. All right, let's see how the international community embrace those bunch. UK seems to be okay with it, with the exception of some group. Okay, Epstein, Maxwell, and the tabloid masters did their job well. The UK is paralyzed. That's what happened when you play with the tabloid. Okay, A, Andrew is right. B, Andrew knows where all the bones are buried. After all the talks of ousting him from the Royal Lodge home, he remains ensued. I wonder why. So the tabloid is playing with them. There's that. So let me move on. I did say whatever is on the screen, so I scroll up really quickly. Let me read that. So if Andrew has apologized and made appropriate amends and met his legal responsibilities, should they not forgive him? Okay, first of all, there's the court system. He paid 12 million and he's claiming he's innocent. So this already disqualifies him. You paying millions to not let people hear what's going on, and you bring all sort of things to dispute the legal system of another country, and yet you claim you're innocent. So that doesn't play well, at least for me. I don't know about other people. If he did the obligation, went to court and did what needs to be done, okay, without screwing other people on the side to get the things go his way, because I know this is the way those people will pay people to go to be on their side. Okay, and this is something I'm afraid with the bunch that's happening in the US as well, because they have people in every station to do their bids for them. So if at least he had done the part, like he said he was willing to speak to the FBI. He didn't do that. He wanted to go to court. That's what I'm hearing his mouthpieces are saying. Did he do that? No, he paid millions not to go to court. So there's no excuse here. So if at least he did the steps to try to dispute Virginia, and then maybe there will be some leeway here, but he didn't do none of that. All right, should they not forgive him? If this is a comparison to the Sussexes, what have the Sussexes do? The Sussexes haven't done nothing. So don't bring the Sussexes in the same boat as Andrew. They haven't done a damn thing. Okay, have they apologized or offered amend? Well, guess what? Like I was saying a few minutes ago, Meghan went to court and defend herself. And she won all of them. What is wrong with these people comparing the Sussexes with this pedo? Okay, has the royal family offered the same to them? These things take time, don't they? The Sussexes, okay, what have the Sussexes done that you're putting them on the same boat? let me go into that. I was gonna stop, but let me read Jody verse 10. The Windsors are all about protecting sex abusers. Pretty much in a nutshell, let me read some of the 8 comments. Okay, excuse me, the Sussexes has absolutely nothing to apologize for. Thank you. Within families and all relationships that we value, there is always reason to apologize. For what? For what? Harry even asked, tell them, what did they do wrong? They never did. They call bully. They call Meghan was bullying. They come with the result. They did their internal investigation. And then the investigation come. Did they make it public for you to know at least what Meghan did for Meghan to apologize? None of that. My God. This is why they're putting nonsense out there to keep you guys in the dark. What have Harry and Meghan done? But Harry and Meghan have been to court to dispute that thing. And you didn't do none of that. If you know you didn't do anything wrong, why are you afraid of the court system? Jesus Christ. Okay? That's just the truth of it. What truth? Okay? We don't always see ourselves clear or know when or how we've hurt others. I hope they all find their way to reconciliation. Okay. First of all, Harry had asked the royal family, what did they do wrong? None of them came and say it. And that bullying investigation, they spewed that all around the world. Meghan was a bully.
There were a lot of stories over the years suggesting that Meghan was difficult to work with. There were reports of staff leaving. There were reports of staff in tears. It looked slightly like tabloid fodder. We always knew there was something in them, but we didn't know exactly how much. And now these allegations have come forward. We know that actually there was substance to them, because we know that the Duchess's most senior advisor was so concerned about what was going on that he wrote an official email saying that she had been bullying people.
And that bullying investigation, they spewed that all around the world. Meghan was a bully.
Royal household about someone who was, at the time at least, a very senior member of the royal family. Meghan was married to the 6th in line to the throne. And, you know, this is very serious indeed. But one other thing that I've learned is that whilst this bullying claim was submitted by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace, the staff involved didn't know that it had been submitted, and when they found out, they asked for it to be rescinded. So we've got quite a difficult story here about a bullying complaint.
And that bullying investigation, they spewed that all around the world. Meghan was a bully.
The allegations of bullying that Meghan faced in the workplace, in the royal workplace at the palace, somewhat complex, because we talk about allegations and accusations. We've heard the word bullying thrown around. In fact, even the palace put that on a press statement when they announced they were launching an internal investigation. What we haven't heard are any examples or anecdotes to back up these claims. And, you know, when we spoke to many of the sources that helped us throughout this book, people who are for and some who are even not particularly on the side of the Sussexes, no one was able to give any information that supported or backed up those claims of bullying. And no one was able to give any information that supported or backed up those claims of bullying. And
should they not forgive him? If this is a comparison to the Sussexes, what have the Sussexes do? The Sussexes haven't done nothing.
When we dug into it even further, we found out that the individual who had made the claims of bullying in the workplace at the palace was sort of speaking on behalf of a few others in the workplace. This was a concerned boss. He was their private secretary to the couple and to William and Kate, who had written to the Human Resources Department to air his concerns over how staff were feeling. Now, what we detail in the book, and I've already gone into detail with in the past as well, was that two of these individuals, when they heard that that complaint was made, immediately went to their boss and asked for the information to be rescinded.
Should they not forgive him? If this is a comparison to the Sussexes, what have the Sussexes do? The Sussexes haven't done nothing.
They wanted to take back any allegations of bullying. So that leaves a few question marks over what these bullying allegations are. We've yet to hear actually what happened. No one's come forward with that information.
The Sussexes haven't done nothing.
And the palace say that the investigation continues. We may not hear anything until next year. I would imagine it's something that the couple would like to put behind them. I know that they were very supportive of an investigation going ahead because it helps them get to the bottom of the matter as well. But so far, there's very little evidence to back it up.
The Sussexes haven't done nothing. Okay, they did the investigation. Meghan was like, okay, do the investigation and all of that. She was more than happy for that to happen.
I would imagine it's something that the couple would like to put behind them. I know that they were very supportive of an investigation going ahead because it helps them get to the bottom of the matter as well.
And they did it. What did they come out with? Nothing. Okay, they put people's name that they didn't even know they were part of the freaking discussion. Once they know their name is on it, they say, remove my name from this nonsense.
Was that two of these individuals, when they heard that that complaint was made, immediately went to their boss and asked for the information to be rescinded.
They put people's name that they didn't even know they were part of the freaking discussion. Once they know their name is on it, they say, remove my name from this nonsense.
One other thing that I've learned is that whilst this bullying claim was submitted by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace, the staff involved didn't know that it had been submitted, and when they found out, they asked for it to be rescinded.
So what did they do? Okay, when did he apologize and make amends? Where did he meet her? Where did he meet his legal responsibilities? Law enforcement sought to cooperate for years and he refused. Okay, the Sussexes have nothing to apologize for. Thank you. The royal family can be glad if they are forgiving them. They have committed no crimes, contrary to Andrew, who is free because British police and justice are corrupted. Joke. Okay, Andrew has not apologized and made appropriate amends and has not met his legal responsibilities. She said he will cooperate with federal authorities if they requested to speak with him. The FBI sent out many requests to speak with him and he hid behind his mother's skirt, lying. Okay, 1, he refused to speak to the FBI. 2, he still denies it all and used pizza and not sweating as an excuse, then pay off his accuser. 3, it's one thing for the family to hang out with him behind closed doors. Thank you. This is what I was saying. Okay, with him behind closed doors, but publicly is another matter. There's public servant and should know better. This is the thing. Harry understands his position. He's been telling these people, there's the private and there's the public. He wants to separate that. But these people want to mangle everything for Harry. When Harry realized that he cannot have the private and public being a man, what did he do? He left. And now you don't hear a beep about him, about his private life, unless he wants to show you. Okay, this is what privacy means. He will show you what he wants to show you when he wants to show you. Okay, all you're hearing is his work right now. Even his work, you don't hear him talking nonsense all the time about his work. They do their work privately and do the thing, and when it comes out, they drop it.
And to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life, you know, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and you know, a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. You know, I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, you know, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
You want to watch it? Watch it. You don't want to watch it? That's fine. But you people still feel, when I mean you people, the one who's always complaining about Harry, you don't have to watch Harry's work, but you watch it anyway and still complain. So whose problem is that? Not Harry's fault. He doesn't have to apologize for that. Okay, many of those people he's helping, they needed the help because none of you spend the time to help those people who's at need, but instead you spend majority of your time complaining about things you could easily avoid. Let me go to the next one. You guys are a bunch of crazies. I'm sorry I'm putting some of you under the same boat, but need therapy outside of the country. Or at least maybe you could use some of Harry's help. My goodness, because he's the only one who seems like wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid. And O'Brien. Alright, so there he is here. He knows he's a public figure. Why are you showing with a pedophile? Okay? Privately, you could do all of the things that you wish to do privately with a family, but not in the front seat. Okay, William Parker Bowles. William Parker Bowles, the future of the British monarchy. That is funny. Oh my God, that does look like him. Okay, birds of a feather flock together. That just reminds me of that lady who was so happy to be in the presence of Miss Doria. Oh my God, I am a mother of all mothers. Feathers of a feathers flock together. There's that. All right, the heart of Invictus. Let me put that. All right, so there it is here. Look at the piston of the demeanor of these two clowns. More please. I love this for Workshire. Really? Alright, this is the thing here. His brother is doing the work. Alright? Heart of Invictus. Let's give shout out. Alright, let me like this so when I'm ready to talk to them about that, I'll mention it. Alright, all the noise that the UK is putting out there is to drown out Harry's work. Okay, royal voters and the Rangers really believe Harry is going to come back to hitting his head on the low ceiling, okay, with a C, ceilings, and having no closet for his clothes, shoes with holes from these. Okay, Heart of Invictus. Yep, look at his house. And this is why they're pissed off about that. They didn't expect him to have all the nice things. They want nonsense for him. Alright, next tweet. This one is a good one. Prince William supported Harry by laughing at him having panic attacks. After one speech, which could be avoided or cancelled, and during which I had nearly fainted, Willie came backstage laughing. I could fathom his reaction. Spare. Something as simple as having support before giving a speech is a thing Prince Harry never had until he met Meghan. There's the thing here. When I first saw this, one of the things that I said, look at this. That was way before Spare came out. And I was like, there must have been something that they discussed in the hotel room and whatever. And then Meghan was like, okay, I'll see what, do a demonstration here and I'll critique you and whatever. Let's just say, everybody have their own tactic to master their public speaking kind of skills. And we know for a fact, Meghan has mastered it in her own way. So maybe she was giving Harry a few pointers about that speech. Okay, so let's go into that. That's from Spare. Solitary life, strange life. I felt lonely, but lonely was better than panicky. I was just beginning to discover a few healthy remedies to my panic, but until I felt on more solid ground, I was leaning on this one decidedly unhealthy remedy, avoidance. I was an agoraphobe, which was nearly impossible given my public role after one speech, which couldn't be avoided or cancelled, and during which I'd nearly fainted. Willie came up to me backstage laughing. Harold, look at you. You drenched. I couldn't fathom his reaction. Him of all people. There's the thing here. All those little things that Harry was doing while he was a working royal. All this was for the brother. For the brother, because the brother is the one who's gonna inherit the father's position. He's the future king. Okay, he been present for my very first panic attack with Kate. We were driving out to Apollo match in Gloucestershire and their Range Rover. I was in the back. You see, there's the thing here. Okay, there's Harry explaining here. I was in the back and Willie spit. Why I said this here, because I'm saying Andrew could have been in the back instead in the front. And Kate should have been right next to William while they were driving. There's the similarity, the thing that I was saying here. Because they consider Harry as as a nobody, I guess. But yet they glorifying the pedal. I was in the back and Willie peered at me in the rear view. He saw me sweating, red face. You alright, Harold? No, I wasn't. It was a trip of several hours and every few miles, I wanted to ask him to pull over so I could jump out and try to catch my breath. There's that here. There's, I mean, like I've said in other videos, okay, public speaking, it's not easy. I did a 101 class. Okay, that's the basic, the introduction to public speaking. I did that. I didn't like it. So I know how it felt to a smaller level. But can you imagine these people? Okay, there's the wife of William who wanted that position. So all of these little steps you need to do, take classes, have people to come and help you, train you to be at ease in the front of public eyes when you're doing important speech. All right, so there's Meghan here looking at Harry. All right, so that should tell you something here. And then when we see someone who's going through some stuff, okay, scared, panic, or whatever, just thank God you're not in that position, because you will never understand it. It's just at least be compassionate. Try to understand the person's perspective and try to help them get out of it. Don't mock them. Okay, the other day I took my kids to do their physical. Both of them at different time, because my oldest did not want to go at the same time I was doing my youngest, because he had a summer camp to go to and he preferred to go to that. But that's a whole different story. All right. So when they asked him, my youngest, you know, some question to see how his mental well-being was, and he told the doctor he'd rather speak to my husband instead of me, because so that's something I need to look into myself when certain thing is happening, and for me to be more understanding. So there's no playbook when they, after you give in birth, they don't give you a handbook and say this is what you have to do, blah blah blah, to raise your children. Okay, they don't give you a handbook. So as we go along, and I'm glad to know that, to look it into myself when he brings something, how I could be more understanding. Alright, because there's certain, and I realize there's certain discussion that he speak to my husband about and he doesn't want to speak to me about. The same way, probably if I had a girl, my daughter probably will not want to speak to my husband about it, but probably wants to speak to me about it. And then certain things, and privately my husband will discuss these things with me. And then I could tell him how he could move about it. And the other day I was talking to my husband about it. When he's helping my oldest, okay, and sport or whatever, he wants to help him, but he's screaming at him. And I told him he can't do that. Try to do it a different way. Once you know you're going to be screaming at him, you know, calm yourself down. So we both, this is the thing here, we have to buffer each other. There's no blueprint. There's no blueprint to be a parent. As you see things, as you see their behavior, as you see things, believe me, I'm saying this. It's not like my house is perfect. It's not like my house is perfect. There is a lot I need to teach my my kids, especially my oldest. For example, I'll give you a perfect example. And I need my oldest to be a bit more compassionate. Stop being selfish. One of the example is when we're going not camping, when we're going hiking. Okay, we will bring water. If he is thirsty, that kid will drink all the water, not thinking about anybody else. And I told him, what about me? What about your brother? What about your father? We're doing the same hike together. Take a sip, pass it along, let each one of us take a sip. Even though many of the time I'm pretty good and I will leave the water for them and wait until I get to the top and then drink it. For some reason it seemed that's the way I always feel. But I had to make him aware of that. There was something else that he did. I forgot what it was. Again, my oldest, very selfish in a lot of ways, so I have to teach him. Alright, so like I said, my house is not perfect. Me saying all of this, believe me, if you come, I'm sure you'll give me a few pointers yourself. It's easier for someone to see from other perspective than you seeing for yourself. And I have to thank God. I have to thank God. I recognize some of those little things that I recognize, because it's very hard to see yourself doing the wrong thing. When you recognize it, is to think about it and then try see how you could make it better. Alright, the thing that my son told the doctor, I have to look into myself about it. And the thing that I see, my husband, okay, we both are buffing on each other to make sure we move forward. All right, so let's finish this. Okay, so glad Harry has a loving wife, other family members, and friends who do support him. I can only hope that William will give support to his children when they need it. Okay, I guess Willie's warrior heir training and grooming then include lesson on empathy, compassion. That's another thing. He's got 2 sons, the sins of the father. That's the thing. And this is why I keep on saying, I wish a miracle could happen. The same miracle that happened to Harry. Because I do not see how they're gonna teach their kids. I do not see how. Because they both are doing the same stupidity. Next tweet.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.